I understand how somebody that's just feeling bad can use your system and help raise their frequency. What do you do if you're experiencing problems, though? It's more than just feeling down. You've got problems. How do you deal with that?
Well, if you're feeling down, you do have problems, and you'll have even more problems if you still keep feeling down, because by the law of attraction, the vibrational level that you're operating at determines what things you draw to you. So if you're at the level of problems, you're going to draw more problems. Or if you're at the level of sadness or depression or whatever, you're going to draw a vibrational match to that. But the really cool thing about this system that the creator made is that the higher your vibrational frequency, the less problems you have. It's as if you move into different realities as you go higher and higher. You're tuning into different stations, like different TV stations that are showing different things. I have a personal story. I'll make this very quick and just hit the highlights. I thought I had a really serious problem one day. Got a letter, a registered letter, that said that somebody was canceling a contract. And I was really upset over that. I felt I was a failure, and so on and so forth. And I had a teleseminar that night. And it was called Got a Problem, Raise Your Frequency. So I really needed to raise my frequency because when your vibrational frequency is lower, you don't have access to wisdom. You're not as connected in alignment with your spirit, so you don't get that higher wisdom. So I knew in order to really offer something to the 50, 60 people who were going to show up on the teleseminar, I needed to be on the game, and I couldn't let my upset over this, what I consider to be a problem, dampen me. So I went into action and used the step-by-step frequency raising system, which you can find on my website at juliarogershamrick.com. And I worked the system, and every step of the way, my perception changed a little bit, and changed a little bit, and changed a little bit, and changed a little bit. And when I worked my way up to really high frequency and joy, it hit me. It was clear as day that what I had perceived from an ego level as a serious, terrible problem, not only a practical problem to be solved, but also a problem of my ego feeling disrespected and all that kind of stuff. But what I realized was what I thought was a problem was a real gift. It was a huge blessing. And in retrospect, here like 2 years later, I can tell you that was a fabulous thing that happened. It set me free to do something else that needed to be done. And now I wouldn't go back to that other situation, if I had the opportunity to. So what I'm saying is that when you have problems, that's a perception. A problem is just a perception. It's a limited perception. As you rise on the scale of vibrational frequency, the higher you go, the greater your perception, the more you see, the more of divine order that you are aware of and comprehend, then you begin to see that every situation is merely a situation that you respond to based on your perception of where you are. So problems become not problems. You begin to see solutions. You begin to then transcend solutions and recognize that it's not a problem. You see something as a gift. And I understand that listening to this, if you're not at a very high vibrational frequency, you may listen to this and say, it'll just change the way you see things. I'm not really talking about that. I'm talking about literally entering another reality where what you perceived as a problem isn't a problem at all. The solution is so built into it that it solves itself to the degree that you don't even have the problem anymore.